My story begins the second semester of my freshman year of high school. My church had started going on the Daniel's fast, and so in order to get closer to God, I thought it'd be a good idea for me to do that too. But what started out as a God thing ended up being used by the enemy to try to destroy my life. Months and months went by, and I went from a healthy 5'7", 120 pounds down to 88 pounds. My parents knew at that point that it was time to get me the medical attention that I needed. So we went to the doctor's office, and I remember being there so mad at my parents for taking me there. But the doctor looked at me and said, if you go any further, not only will you die, but you will lose the ability to ever reproduce children. And that is kind of what woke me up. And so over the course of the next several months and years, I went through this journey of discovering how to redefine myself and what I thought was beautiful, and I did that according to the Word of God. Psalms 139:14 says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." Hebrews 4:12 says, "The Word of God is living and active and sharper than any two-edged sword." And so I had to learn how to use the Word of God to speak into my life and empower myself to live out the beautiful life that God had created for me. I remembered Isaiah 59:19. It says, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will raise up a standard against him. I realized that at the beginning of my eating disorder, I had no fight within me. But as soon as I began to get the Word of God within me, I had a fight to give back to the enemy, and the Spirit of the Lord really raised up a standard against the enemy. The second thing I really was able to do was overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony, as Revelation 12:11 says. As I began to share my story of overcoming and how God brought me through that, I was able to get more freedom myself and see others get free from this. I was Miss Georgia International 2013, and that gave me a platform to really share my story and encourage girls to become all they were created to be from the inside out. I love the statement that says, outer beauty attracts, but inner beauty captivates. Ladies, we need to realize that we are not what our dress size says we are or our jeans say we are, but the greatest size that we can have is our heart after God. And so that is what beauty truly is, when we realize that we're brave women who are truly beautiful from the inside out. That's when we'll live our best life, ladies.
You